One of the contributing factors to the fare evasion losses are international students in Victoria. The most common reason for fare evasion for these students is the price of traveling. International students have to bear a hefty cost of $11.48 for a full fare weekday Zone 1 and 2 daily ticket, almost double compared to the amount paid by local students entitled to concession fees at $5.92 for the same travel.
Concerns were put across by some international students regarding the difficulties in obtaining the same services and benefits as local students, such as the eligibility for concession fees on public transport.
The Australian Council for Private Education and Training published a paper revealing that more than 89% of international students do not recommend studying in Victoria because of poor public transport assistance. This stands as more reason for international students to feel unwilling about paying a high price for poor services.
I'm an abroad student from Germany, so I'm not in an exchange program, and I have to pay the normal price to get to university by train or tram, so it's really expensive. I don't understand it because in Melbourne there are so many universities and a lot of international students, and I don't understand why they are make a difference between abroad and international students. So I have no idea why it is like this, but maybe it's easy money for them.
The problem is exacerbated by the fact that although receiving the same standards of service and facing similar problems with fellow commuters, such as the untimeliness and cancellation of services, the inconvenience of topping up or purchasing a MyKey card, and faulty card readers, international students in Victoria are still required to pay more than local Australian students.
There aren't any concessions for international students, only for exchange and for study abroad, and all the other ones that are going to stay here that are not Australians, they can't get it. The 11 bucks, it's 140 pesos for me, so it's quite a lot of money. And sometimes if you decide to come to Australia, you're expecting them to, especially in the ways that I came here, I would expect them to at least provide me with like the student sort of thing. And it's quite hard because I don't know, it's hard.
For many international students, touching on their MyKey means taking a meal off from their day. Despite having incomes of less than $10,000 to $20,000 annually, international students are still viewed as cashed-up individuals from abroad. To make ends meet, some students say they have to survive on toast, cram into apartments with 2 or 3 to a room, and exploitation by employers who only pay $8 to $10 an hour.
The education industry is Australia's third biggest export, behind tin and iron mining. International students contribute a lucrative $4.5 billion each year in revenue. So far, the only state that's adamant on not providing concession services for international students is the state of Victoria.
Even if it's expensive, we will pay because we need to move to go to uni, to go to home, to go to work or this type of thing. So we don't really have the choice. So I think they are like using the fact that we don't have the choice to make us pay more. I think we bring a big part of the money for the uni and for the state and for the country. So I think, yeah, it's fair to give us concession.
A report launched by the ex-Ministry of Tertiary Education, Chris Bowen, has predicted a further increase of 170,000 international students in Melbourne by the year 2020. This estimate is set to drop if measures like allowing international students concession fees fail to work out. This is Benji Wong signing off for Burn TV.